Your weakest answer already handed them a weapon. Every unnecessary answer strengthens someone else's model of you. Social conditioning rewards transparency and punishes those who discover this too late. Silence becomes dangerous the moment they notice your patterns. Because silence becomes dangerous after people memorize your emotional patterns. Every answer trains people how to control you. Social conditioning rewards transparency before quietly punishing exposed weaknesses. Machiavelli understood readable people lose battles before conflict begins. Predictable responses reveal your future behavior to anyone watching. People build silent profiles while pretending casual conversations mean nothing. You have been volunteering weaknesses your entire life, calling it honesty. People trust disclosures because disclosures create emotional predictability. Predictability lowers your status inside every social hierarchy. Research confirmed, reduced influence follows every unnecessary weakness disclosure. Transparency never protected powerful people. Last Thursday, your coworker repeated your private frustration during negotiations. Everyone questioned your confidence instead of management's failures. Your exposure confirmed every suspicion without a single challenge. Most people explain themselves and slowly lose authority. You are about to understand controlled psychological concealment. Power belongs beside unreadable intentions. Never exposed emotional reactions. You are about to understand controlled unreadability. Status collapses quietly before visible disrespect finally appears. People rarely attack immediately after vulnerability becomes visible. They wait until your exposure becomes strategically useful against you. Invisible social hierarchies constantly measure emotional accessibility and disclosures. Friends measure weakness beside loyalty during ordinary conversations. Managers measure weakness beside competence during workplace negotiations. People remember your weaknesses far longer than your strengths. Delayed manipulation feels accidental because trust lowered your defenses first. You have been exposing emotional leverage your entire life. Calling it connection. Research confirmed disclosures reduce influence and reshape perceived rank permanently. People associate transparency with instability and reduced strategic value. Emotional explanations lower your negotiating position before conflict begins. Last month, your partner mentioned childhood insecurities during an argument. Those insecurities became ammunition instead of protected private history. A coworker admitted financial stress before salary negotiations started. Management delayed promotions after hearing desperation behind controlled smiles. Everyone adjusted behavior quietly without announcing the ranking change. Most people seek validation through disclosures and lose negotiating power. You are about to understand emotional concealment without visible paranoia. Dangerous people never reveal enough for complete psychological categorization. Most people react emotionally and expose invisible pressure points. You are about to understand calculated emotional absence. Words stopped mattering once your reactions became psychologically measurable. Manipulators study your pauses, expressions, and defensive timing before you speak. Visible reactions reveal pressure faster than direct confessions ever could. Machiavelli concealed intentions because visible emotion invites strategic prediction. People estimate your limits through involuntary emotional movements. Your reactions speak before your words arrive. Emotional leakage begins before your conscious control activates during confrontation. You have been performing emotional transparency your entire life. Calling it authenticity. Observers trust reactions more than spoken statements during conflict. Reactions bypass rehearsed language and expose internal pressure immediately. Defensive energy signals fear before arguments escalate into open hostility. Calmness disrupts manipulation faster than confrontation ever could. Then everything suddenly becomes quiet. Last weekend, your friend mentioned another man's promotion during dinner. Your tightened jaw revealed envy before your congratulations finished sounding believable. Nobody challenged you directly after noticing the reaction. They quietly adjusted future conversations around your emotional sensitivity instead. A manager delayed criticism until your frustration became publicly visible. Timing transformed your emotional reaction into professional weakness afterward. Most people defend themselves emotionally and expose strategic vulnerabilities. You are about to understand unreadable emotional neutrality. Dangerous minds never display immediate reactions during socially engineered pressure. Most people chase approval through emotional accessibility and constant explanations. You are about to understand strategic psychological distance. Unreadability changes social dynamics before anyone consciously understands why. Predictability creates psychological comfort, and comfort creates control over you. Expectation itself becomes the hidden mechanism controlling most human interactions. Predictable personalities lower defensive caution inside every observer watching you. Concealed intentions disrupt emotional certainty and strategic anticipation simultaneously. Uncertainty exhausts people who need control over your reactions. People overexpose themselves whenever certainty disappears from social exchanges. You have been satisfying emotional expectations your entire life, calling it politeness. Controlled ambiguity redirects psychological pressure back toward whoever is watching. People begin projecting assumptions whenever direct emotional access disappears. Projection exposes their fears, motives, insecurities, and strategic intentions automatically. Predictability comforts enemies before they undermine you. Yesterday, your manager criticized another employee during a private meeting. Everyone expected agreement, outrage, or visible emotional positioning from you. Your neutral expression created hesitation. Nobody openly acknowledged afterward. Coworkers started explaining themselves without receiving direct questions from you. A friend suddenly defended accusations. Nobody mentioned beside your silence. Your unreadability redirected pressure outward without confrontation or dominance displays. Most people satisfy emotional expectations and remain psychologically manageable forever. You are about to understand strategic uncertainty through controlled emotional distance. Unreadable people force others into self-exposure without requesting confessions directly. Most people reveal themselves trying desperately to appear understood. You are about to understand invisible conversational control. Silence becomes dangerous once pressure changes direction during conversations. People assume everyone craves validation, emotional release, and immediate understanding. Restrained responses create psychological discomfort inside emotionally impulsive personalities. Discomfort forces manipulative people toward projection, impatience, and uncontrolled disclosures. Silence redirects pressure toward insecure people immediately. Observers expose themselves faster whenever conversational emptiness remains unresolved. You have been rescuing uncomfortable silence your entire life, calling it kindness. Most people fear conversational stillness, because stillness removes emotional reassurance completely. They begin oversharing while searching for predictable emotional feedback. Manipulators especially panic after losing psychological access and emotional control. Last Friday, your supervisor criticized company loyalty during a team meeting. Nobody responded immediately after the accusation entered the silent room. One coworker defended himself without direct suspicion against his name. Another employee exposed resentment through nervous jokes and defensive over-explaining. Your silence forced hidden tensions toward the surface without confrontation. Later, management privately questioned those employees instead of questioning you. Most people overshare emotionally and reveal exploitable psychological patterns. You are about to understand strategic conversational restraint without visible intimidation. Unreadable people collect information while emotionally impulsive personalities expose themselves voluntarily. Most people surrender information, searching desperately for social reassurance. You no longer provide psychological access without strategic permission. Readable people remain controllable because systems reward emotional transparency constantly. Authority survives through concealed motives and restricted psychological accessibility. Machiavelli protected influence through unreadable intentions and calculated emotional restraint. Research confirmed disclosures reduce perceived authority and strategic positioning permanently. Psychological access determines social control, more than visible confidence ever will. Powerful people rarely feel fully psychologically accessible. Validation loses importance. Once unreadability becomes your permanent identity, you have been trading psychological access for acceptance your entire life. Calling it honesty. Delayed reactions create uncertainty, and uncertainty disrupts manipulation immediately. Uncertainty disrupts manipulation because manipulators require predictable emotional movement first. Controlled restraint removes emotional leverage before conflict fully develops around you. Your restraint now controls conversations before words appear. Last night, someone demanded immediate honesty during a heated argument. Your delayed response changed the emotional balance inside the entire conversation. Accusations became slower after emotional predictability disappeared from your behavior. The other person explained themselves without silence forced them toward exposure while your position remained completely protected. Most people seek reassurance through explanations and remain strategically exposed forever. You are about to understand denied psychological access as permanent social power. Unreadable minds control rooms without requiring visible dominance or confrontation. The ones who cannot be read have already stopped explaining themselves. The next video reveals exactly how they use your trust against you before you notice.